Hey, Domain Dave, cheapwinefinder.com. Welcome. Today we've got an interesting Trader Joe's, a new one. This is the first time I saw it in Trader Joe's. It's the Trader Joe's Reserve wine. It's the, I don't know the pronunciation. It's a Huichica Hills, Huichica Hills Vineyard, Carneros, Napa, Chardonnay 2023. Now, they just came out with a Carneros, and this is a Chardonnay. They just came out with the Carneros Chardonnay in November in time for the holidays, but this is completely different bottling. And what's interesting about this one is Huichica Hills Vineyard is Duckhorn's Carneros vineyard, the big Napa producer. They do Merlots and that type of thing, but they have this is from their vineyard. Carneros is in both Sonoma and Napa, but it's mostly in Napa, and it is above the northern portion of the San Pablo Bay, which is east of Oakland. And it gets these cool breezes from the bay, which is a part of, even though it's cut off a little bit from the Pacific Ocean, it still has the cool temperatures of the water and the winds and that type of thing. And which is why San Francisco and Oakland are cold, because you got Pacific water on both sides of them. And it's a really elite place for both Pinot Noir and Chardonnay. And this is a $9.99 bottle of a wine that's from Duckhorn's vineyard. I mean, typically speaking, when you get a vineyard named on the label, that costs some bucks to put it there. I mean, that is kind of elite. I mean, if you look at the expensive wines, they'll usually have a vineyard named there or whatever. And if you look at value price wines, it's almost never there on a label like that. It might be in their tasting notes that they got a single vineyard wine or whatever. But this is a high-end, and Duckhorn's Chardonnays from this vineyard are in the $65 range. At least they list for $65. I don't know if people pay that much, but it's not $9.99. So where do these wines come from? And here is a little bit, and I'm not sure, I don't know the details. Plata Wine Partners, it says Ashford Port, vinted and bottled it on the back label. Vinted and bottled just means they bottled it. What happened to it before they vinted and bottled it, I don't know. And Ashford Port is part of Plata Wine Partners, which is a large wine company in California. I think they're based in Napa, but they control 20,000 acres of vines. They're no small wine company. But how they got this wine, or what the details are, or is this, did they always have a contract with Huichica Hills Vineyard, and something fell through, so they made it for Trader Joe's? I don't know. But Plata Partners they do a couple of the better Trader Joe's wines too, the Cotillion and a couple other ones. Let's take a sip. This is a medium to full body, but I think there's some oak, because I'm getting some vanilla, but it's not over oaked. It's not one of those kind of wines. It's got length that lingers for a while. It's got lemon and apple and maybe Anjou pear, one of those pears that aren't overly juicy. Peaches, tropical fruit. I'm getting a little bit of like coconut milk type thing going on. Like white flesh, stone fruit, maybe like a nectarine, maybe a hint of a tangerine or blood orange, one of those things, just to hit a little bit of that in there. Got a lot of flavor, and it's decently complex. It's not, and it has a finish that lingers, which are all good things for any wine actually, but for a $9.99 Chardonnay. So this is, these grapes from this vineyard were never made to be sold for $10. And in the last year, 2024 was a bad year in wine. There was a downturn that was down as much and maybe more as 10% in some places. and contracts and vineyards, people who are planning on expanding their line decided against it. People are coming up with new brands, didn't come up with new brands. If you notice, there's not a lot of new wines. There might be the tried and true wines are still there, but new wines, not so much, which is kind of like Trader Joe's. They have to walk the line, because if they do something new, it better be a bargain. It better be some people talking about it, because people aren't drinking as much, so they got to be careful. So it's a tightrope they're walking, but I think this is a pretty good tightrope. And I also saw a Rutherford Napa for $20, which is going to be something where did that come from? So I'll look into that too. So this is a really nice Chardonnay. It's in time for the holidays, Easter. Chardonnay does well with the meal. This is a tasty one with good acidity. It's well made. Plata Partners, if Plata Partners did more than just bottle it, they know what they're doing. Their winemaker is actually pretty good. So there's nothing, this is a wine that is a bargain. $10 for a Carneros single vineyard. Fancy winery owns the vineyard, so they don't play games with their vineyards. This is all good stuff. I'm gonna take a last sip here. So there you go. The Trader Joe's Reserve Huichica Hills Vineyard, Huichica Hills, Carneros Napa Chardonnay 2023. Buy it. It's a bargain. There's no reason not to. I've got a French Burgundy Pinot coming up in a couple of days. So there you go. Stay safe and warm and cool. Weird out there. And I'll be talking to everybody in a couple of days. Adios. Keep it cheap. This is Domain Day for Cheap Wine Finder. Bye-bye.